Hi, this is Keshav here. As part of Azure Data Factory video series, let's get started with next case study. Alright, before, if you are watching my video for first time and you haven't been subscribed yet, do subscribe for more videos from my side on Azure and also on Power BI. Alright, let's get started. Let me read through the requirement that I written over here. Identify the source to target mapping in database called AdventureWorks database to build a fact table called fact product underscore sales table in TargetDB database with below schema, and also develop a pipeline for daily load from source to target. This is the requirement. So first I need to identify source to target mapping to build the table called fact product sales. This is the requirement. Okay, I need to build a table with below columns and respective data types. For building this table, I need to identify what are the source tables those I can use in AdventureWorks database, and finally after identifying those tables I need to identify the columns from each table, what column I need to get this table created with below schema. If you can see the schema here, into final table I need product name, product color, category name, order date, due date, ship date, total sales, tax amount and also profit. Let's see from where these columns can be pulled from the source tables and get final fact table created. Alright, if you observe here, the source is Azure SQL Server and destination also Azure SQL Server, because I have got AdventureWorks database and also TargetDB database in Azure SQL Server only. Just I am loading the data from one database to other database with based on requirement. I already identified the tables and also identify the columns for what columns I need to pull from each table. Let me just walk you through the query that I written. If you observe here, I used a sales order header and a sales order detail, product table and product category. Here why I used sales order header? Sales order header is the table which has got sales amount and the tax amount and due date, order date, ship date columns, and to pull these columns I used sales order header table, and also I used sales order detail. I use sales order detail just to join product table with sales order header table, because there is no relationship between sales order header and product table directly. Okay, so for that I used one intermediate table, that is sales order detail. I am not pulling any column from sales order detail, but I am using this table as an intermediate table to join sales order header with product. So why I am joining product here? Alright, this product table has got product name and product color. So I identified product table as a source table to pull product name and product color. I used product category also to pull product category name. Alright, that's all. So these are the source tables, those are identified to pull required columns and to build the final fact table. So I already built the query as well. So what I'll do, I'll show you how do you build a pipeline and how this query used for loading the data from source to target table. Alright, and also I already created target table here with the same structure. The target table name is fact product sales. Let me execute query again. If you could see here, currently we don't have any data, just only structure is created. Now let's go ahead and build the pipeline in ADF through which we can execute the query and load the data from source to target in ADF. So the data pipeline can be scheduled to execute daily at required time. Fine, let's not worry about schedules now, but let's go ahead and build the pipeline, and I'll show you how do you build the pipeline and use the query in the pipeline to load the data from source to destination. Let's get started. I'm into my Azure portal. Let me go ahead and launch ADF from here. I'm gonna click on author and monitor. Alright, now ADF environment is opened. Alright, now let's go ahead and create pipeline. So by default took the name. I'm gonna say is equal to is equal. Now let's go ahead and use required activity. I'm gonna use data flow activity. I can go for copy data activity also. Already we have a query ready, but I want to go for data flow activity here, because the other thing that I forgot to tell you why I need to go for data flow activity, because if you could see here, there is a profit column which I created in my destination table for profit as well, but you don't have any column which gives that value for profit. That I need to derive the value for profit on the fly in the pipeline. I'll be creating one derived column, so that means I'll be doing some sort of transformations on source data before loading into destination. If you want to perform any sort of transformations, obviously you need to go for data flow activity. So that is the reason why I am using data flow activity here. When you drag and drop data flow activity, you will get this pop-up. Here you need to say either you are going to use existing data flow or creating new. We don't have any existing data flow. Let's say create new, and here we have, as I spoke in my previous video as well, we have two options to create data flow: mapping data flow and also wrangling data flow. We'll speak about wrangling data flow in future videos. Let's not worry about that now. Let's go for mapping data flow, say OK, and data flow has been added to the canvas. Now let's go ahead and add source. Alright, let's go ahead and complete our source settings. I will say AD works. We don't have any data set here currently, so let's go ahead and create new data set. Azure SQL database. I'm gonna say I got already a link service created. Let me use the existing link service, ADWorks link service. Fine. Now here I'm not going to select any table because we are not going to load the data from table to table. We are loading the data by using query as a source, and destination would be the table, right? So I'm not selecting any table here. Let's say OK. Now let's go to source options here. You could see here input type, right? By default it will be selected table. As we are not loading table to table, let's go for query. Paste the query that I built here, right? I'm gonna paste that query over there in the query section. Okay, let's copy this, go back to EDF, then it's pasted. Now let's go to projection. Under projection you have option to import projection. It will show you the column names and the respective type as well. Let's say import projection. Let's wait. If our query is fine, connections, everything is okay, then we could see the columns and type. Alright, so we could see respective columns, those we are getting from the query. Alright, but if you observe here, we don't have profit column. So for that, what we need to do, we need to use the transformation. Let's go to source, click on this plus symbol here, then you could see required transformations. What are the transformation activities you want to use, you can use them. Alright, now I'm going to go for derived column transformation because I need to derive new column that is called profit. Okay, so here let it be the default name. Let's not worry about that. Input stream is ADWorks, that's okay. I'm going to name it as profit. How are you going to derive the value for profit column? So that we need to write expression. Click on enter expression. When you click on enter expression, there will be a window open where you can write any sort of expression. If you want to write any complex expression or simple expression, whatever expression you want to write, you can write. And you could see here input columns also will be shown here, and a lot of other functions will be there. It's up to you. If you are going to write very complex expression, it's use existing functions, and you can write any sort of complex expression as well. Alright, here in our case, its expression is very simple. I'm going to calculate the profit as total sales minus tax. That's it. Total sales minus tax. That's it. Very simple expression. Say save. Of course, if you want to write very complex expression also you can, but in our case it's very simple. Now we are done with the source settings, and we are also done with our transformation to derive new column called profit. Now finally what we need to do, we need to map that to destination table. That's it. See, for destination, just again go to transformation, that is derived column transformation, and click on plus symbol over there, and all the way go down, you could see sync. Click on sync. Now let's go ahead and complete our settings. If you want to say target DB, of course you can change the name. And here dataset, we don't have any existing dataset. Let's go ahead and create new dataset. Again, it is a Azure SQL database. Say continue, and I'm going to name it as target DB. And link service, already I have link service created for target DB. Let's go ahead and use same link service. we already have destination table created and we know to which table we need to load the data coming from the query that we return, right? So let me go ahead and select the table, that is fact product sales. All right, say okay. That's it. Now let's go ahead and map. So auto mapping, I think it would have been done automatically, but still let's validate once. If you take up this auto mapping, you could see all the columns and all the columns from source and destination. So you could, if in case if mapping is not done properly, then you can do manual mapping, but here mapping is done, everything is fine. Now see, as source and destination columns are same, automatically those are mapped. All right, now we have got nothing to do here. Let's go back to the main activity, that is data flow activity. As is equal to as is equal. Fine, now we all done. I can go ahead and execute the pipeline. I selected the pipeline, just say debug. That's it. Meanwhile, I'll show you one thing. Actually, in the PPT, I just created a design here where you could see the model. This is the design overall. So I used sales order header. This is the main driving table, and I joined that with sales order detail, and sales order detail is joined to product table through product ID, and product table is joined to product category through category ID. So I have got relationship between sales order header and product directly. I don't need to use sales order detail. So this I used as a bridge table to join sales order header with product table, and of course product category I used because I need to get product category name from product category table. All right, so this is overall source to target mapping. Based on this only I written this query, and you could see that what columns I pulled from each of those tables. Here this view will show you how these tables are related to each other. In case if you are going to build huge fact table, then you can design and you can build model like this and go ahead and build your query for fact table. All right, just wanted to make you more clear, so that's the reason I just created this. Okay, all right, I hope this is clear. Let's go back to our ADF and see the status. All right, see, it is successfully executed, and now let's go ahead and check if we have data in our destination table. Now we are into TargetDB database here. Now let me execute this query, select star from fact product sales. All right, we could see that now respective data has been loaded to fact product sales table. Yeah, now this table is ready for any reporting purpose. Directly you can use this table as a source. You can build your reports or dashboards by using Power BI. That's it. I hope this is clear for you guys. Just to summarize, to build our fact table, we need to identify what source tables and what source columns we can use from AdvanceWorks database to build our final fact table, that is fact product sales. And when you develop the query, by using same query, we need to develop a pipeline as well, which can be scheduled and used for daily data loads from our source tables to target table. All right, so this is the structure what we finally need in our destination table, and that's it. We are just gone ahead, and I identified what are the tables I can use and how I can join them. This model will give you overall idea on what tables I used, how I joined each table, and what columns I pulled. Okay, so by using this structure what I first identified, then I built this query. By using this query, I developed a pipeline, and the pipeline is ready to use for daily load as well. Of course, I can publish this pipeline, and I can use this pipeline for daily load. I'll say publish. When I say publish, that pipeline what we created, that will be saved, and we can schedule that pipeline to execute on required schedules to load the data from source to target. That's it. All right, we know that our source tables are there in SQL database only, so of course we can build the query like this by joining our required tables, and we can use that query to develop pipeline, and we can go ahead and schedule that pipeline, right? But in case our source tables are not SQL tables, just assume those we are getting data in different file format, maybe in CSV or Excel files. These columns from one file, just assume, and product category are from different file, and product color and product name are from some other file. So in that case, can we build the query like this and use that query to load the data from our source to destination? No, right? So in that case, what we need to do, so we can still develop the pipeline, but in the pipeline we can't use direct query over there. We need to do some workaround to join all those files and pull required columns from those files, and finally load into our destination table. In next video, I'll show you how do we join multiple source tables or source files in ADF and have data loaded into final destination table. In next video, I'll be using same case, but instead of using the query, I'll use all these tables separately. I'll show you how do you load data into destination by joining all the source tables directly in ADF pipeline. Alright, thanks for watching my video. Please do subscribe for more videos from my side on Azure and also on Power BI. We'll meet again in next video. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.